Alright, we are all set. We are ready and raring to go. Just a reminder for those watching, there is a prize pool that you can add to if you'd like to help give these players a little bit more to fight for. Starting things off, Panther going in with the bite and bark. Pixel is going to be going in with a custom Springman. We immediately see some very nice and fantastic gloves on the field. 2 toasters, 1 on either side. We've got a tri-bolt over on Panther's side. Nice tool for confirms into grab. Has some nice widespread range as well. Pixel going in with the popper. A solid pick against bite and bark as it has a lot of horizontal and vertical coverage, meaning that it's a little bit easier to catch this wily robot. As you can see, Bite and Bark is really effective at not only moving left and right, but has a lot of vertical coverage as well, more so than a lot of characters because of Bark working as a springboard. On top of that, you also get the deflects, provided you're timing things well. Nice grab to push Panther back into the hot pockets, while keeping him locked in there. Pixel almost ready with a rush, looking for a chance to just secure a lead. Panther looking to try to find his own opportunity to plow through. Has Pixel locked into a corner. Neither player really advancing too much. Pixel just not comfortable enough with approaching here. And Panther playing Bite and Bark pretty well, focusing on a long distance safe game. It works out pretty well end of the day, because it makes it that much easier to play with the camera. Nice call with the rush. We'll give him that first round. And into our next bout, I see that the toaster is going to be swapped out for a popper, and we have double popper coming in on Pixel's side. Just a lot of widespread damage. Can be pretty effective, especially because it's going to be really easy for Pixel to get win confirms if he's experienced with that kind of thing. But otherwise, just uncharged spread shot will be a pretty scary thing for Panther to have to deal with, and can probably take Bark down a little bit easier. That said, that toaster's going to have a really easy time outboxing these attacks, just outweighing and powering through, which means that as long as Panther is just lining up these shots, Pixel is potentially going to have a fairly hard time. Sees another chance for the rush. Pixel has yet to throw one out and is quickly knocked into critical this round. Nice Bark confirmed, sets Pixel to critical. He can't take any more damage and he will not stand from it. Panther claiming the first set point. Look, we've got new emotes since last time a lot of you were around. We've got some new emotes here. It's lots of fun. All good. If you're all here and enjoying yourself, don't forget I've got a Patreon now. It helps me fund these tournaments, put some money into there, and bring it back to the community for other players. If you're interested in participating, do consider checking out the Patreon. Helps me out in the long run and allows me to continue doing the things that I love. And you can help encourage the growth of some scenes by putting some money into everybody's pockets. Alright, and we saw how these two players started out. Pixel doing an alright job trying to keep up with Panther, but could not close the distance. And Panther was able to just keep his range, keep zoning out, and pretty safely, especially that second time, just close things out once he realized that Pixel was not comfortable at that close range. Sparring Ring and DNA Lab banned. Not sure where Pixel really is looking to go here, but if he's planning on switching over to Springtron, I could see him wanting to pick out a nice long stage for him to get those EMPs and set up that permacharge, especially since he is playing a little bit more defensively. If he wants to make Springman work, he really wants to pick a stage that allows him to close the gap more effectively, more easily. But if he moves over to Springtron, that defensive playstyle that he's running with might work out a little bit more into his favor. And it looks like Mausoleum is going to be our go-to pick for the next fight. I'm curious to see how this goes out for him. Alright, diving into our next round. It does look like we've got the Springtron swapped. This is an illegal match. We'll see how this goes. I mean, if they continue playing and Pixel wins, I'm giving this point to Pixel. But if Panther wins, I don't think this actually counts. Because he didn't announce his changes. Anyways, so, how's everybody doing? Because this doesn't count. What is the current prize pool? I believe it is $50 Canadian, as we have yet to get any additional donations. Let me just go onto the PayPal just to make sure. Alright, there we go. Now we'll go in and we can have this happen a second time. Alright, let's try this again. So there's a good chance that things are going to be sticking the same way. Oh no, there is actually additional money. Alamux dipped in 41.25 on top of on top of the initial prize pool. So yeah, we've got a good chunk of money, probably about $80 or so. So let us go, my friends, for this is a very hype. Starting this round out, and they're doing some pretty solid corner pressuring here. Nice grab. Not gonna KO yet, but he's just looking for one more swing. And any stray bullet will connect. Will be able to take Pixel out, and it doesn't look like Pixel's really comfortable going for that EMP. Also, I'm doing okay, Meg. results been updated yet? It does not look like it. So this might be the first one. Tries to go in for a grab mix-up, but Panther ready with the rush will take away a third of Pixel's health. Starting off with a nice advantage. Pixel's gonna choose to throw out the rush and will connect 270 damage and gets an EMP chance. Looking to try to keep things going. Toaster will make a clean impact, but not having a knockdown off of that Tri-Blast and it getting boxed out by that mega heavyweight whammer is gonna give Pixel a hard time as he's knocked just above 25%. Quickly running out of time, running out of options as he is dunked onto the ground. And that will be Panther advancing 2-0. Much thank for the follow, friend. Thank you all for supporting. It is very nice. And we can start getting things set up for the next poll, if people are interested in that. I mean, of course you are. You don't have a choice, you're here. You're dealing with me. Also, that graphic's probably out of date, because I know some of those have been moved around. So we'll make this one a little bit longer, 3 minutes, and it'll be False King versus Land Frog. And then we've got... We'll not do Panther because we just streamed that one. So it'll either be Chico versus either Mystery or Neg, and Alumox versus Pixel or Quiddy. Let's see how some of those matches are going right now. And it looks like Neg and Mystery Man actually are just starting the first round. And it looks like Quiddy and Pixel have started their second. So, we could actually, in this meantime, we're just gonna hit. You're gonna play some Mario on your Game & Watch? Sounds good, love. So we're gonna get False King and Land Frog in here. Two very long-term players, have a long history with this game, and have slowly just grown and developed for themselves as very, very talented players. $35, that's not too bad. Let's see, so we've got Land Frog and you. Just waiting for our two players to get on. And I believe they agreed to go to Temple. So we can actually have things all set and ready. And then we can actually run a poll for either Alumox versus Pixel or Quiddy, and Chico versus Neg or Mystery. There's Land Frog, which means I can get this going. big fingers. Big angry foxes. Yeah. Panther, if you would like to get your match with Beam rolling, you may do so, as that will not be streamed. Pixel, 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 pixel. Alright. We are all set. We are all ready. It looks like Mystery was able to take Nate down 2-0. And will be advancing to face off against Chico. So let's head over to this one, because we've got ourselves the classic False King. Chilla and Sparky, Langfrog going in with the Guardian, and he's got a Funchuck on the side. This is an exceptionally defensive loadout. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out, because we've got some very good boxing tactics coming in from False King. Quintel also being exceptionally good with that Actress Aura at slowing attacks down and setting things up to punish. And with 2 slow arms, this should be a very easy time for False King to be able to parry through, but Langfrog is just another beast altogether with these setups, holding on to a 30% lead right now, and slowly deepening it as he is just dodging between these gloves, weaving between these attacks, and utilizing these defensive arms exceptionally as he quickly is knocked False King just above critical health. We finally get a freeze, gets a knockdown off of the Sparky, no Ice Chain yet, but is holding on to a decent amount of control of that neutral field. Needs to start locking Langfrog down, because we've got 30 seconds left on this match, and False King's already quickly put into a bad position, even more so against such defensive arms. Nice rush to respond, 295, quickly start shifting that tempo. Really does not, like, that health meter looks like so much, but it really does not take too much effort to be able to swing things back under your control. You only need 3 to 4 successful hits and maybe a rush, and in a lot of cases you'll be able to take someone out. Looks like Langfrog is going for the timeout here. False King cannot find his way in, finally gets 1 hit, just a second left, and he gets 1 more! Barely sneaking by with that point. Nicely done, and a good call to put that Sparky away. The T-Bird should definitely help out significantly more. That also said, that is a Funchuck on the side, so if False King is not properly setting up, lining up these birds, that Funchuck actually has a really good parry ability, and the fact that, like, it returns to its user within milliseconds. Like, you blink and it's already ready to use again if you're parrying Thunderbirds off from that side, or Chillas, or anything else for that matter. Also has some very heavy shield pressure damage, which we saw there. Did not get the break as the Guardian was just not able to chase out fast enough. Really needs Langfrog to have False King pinned down into a corner to really land that, though. I mean, so far, False King has been doing a very solid job of just containing this neutral field, making sure that he's not losing too much ground. He is getting punished from time to time, but overall this patient play is definitely working out for him as he's finding these light windows to get these hits. That said, it's not helping. It's not working out enough though, as even blocked into a corner like that, Langfrog still found a way out and is going to secure just a little bit more damage. Tries to go for the wide grab, gonna throw out the rush. It's not gonna connect, but this is an easy way to delay things, stall things for just a little bit longer. Langfrog needs to make sure that he just stays out of harm's way from this point and lands the grab. It's such a long 1-2 that there is nothing False King can do to bring things back. And the score is brought to 1-1 off of a very, very pivotal grab call right there. Oh god, that was really loud, I'm sorry. People are very loud, and I don't like it with their stupid engine, so I'm going to close the window a little bit more to hopefully help dull that from the before moving on. Diving into our next round. Quick opening of Rush. Double Birds is not working out right now, as that is a mono-type Rush, meaning that you only get one shot per swing, capable of doing immeasurable amounts of damage, especially compared to flurries. But they're so much harder to aim, and if you have two mono rushes, you're going to have a much harder time connecting for that damage. Really needs to look for those shock confirms off of those T-Birds. Otherwise, he's going to have a very hard time. That too, on top of that, them being curved arms, just like you saw, can leave him very open to any grabs that Fall or Landfrog might be ready to throw out. If he throws out just a little too deep of a curve, out comes another rush. Again, Funchuck and Guardian both being very slow. Lots of shield pressure, but not going to be able to break through, and definitely not fast enough to properly connect. Here's the rush, and he's going to go for it. Definitely a good call. Great opportunity. 330 damage will bring him back into the game. Now looking for just a little bit more damage to take control. A good shock into grab would be far more than enough. Looking to keep pressure going, trying to have Landfrog locked into the corner, but that might be too little too late now, as he has lost his chance, and Landfrog turns the tides back in his favor in the last moments, and will be able to walk away with the first set point. Let me set up the poll now. So, Chico versus Mystery Man. Not Mystery Man, Mystery. So this one's going to be a bit longer. Round 2, who's Strim? Y'all, go do the voting. Start the polls. Get the thoughts out. Ooh, you joined LC. So I need to fix that then. Let me get that in. Bam! Title right there for you. Pixel Pog. And it looks like we're going to be heading to Scrapyard next. The stage is a little divisive amongst the community. I know a few people who don't actually want it to be a stage in competitive. And it's actually a hot button. It was a hot button topic when I was around last. We'll have to see if it... I'm not sure if that's still carrying onwards. I didn't even notice the LC is in his tag. I'm a fool. My apologies on that. But there's actually a lot of debate on whether or not this stage qualifies as an aggressive stage or a defensive stage. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, there's a lot of movement options, and those hefty pillars make it for a very easy time for a defensive player to stay out of harm's way. But there's also an additional note on top of that, is just the fact that when you close the distance on an opponent here, there's not much room for them to really work with, so you can actually pressure pretty effectively. I am also going to note an interesting change here from my previous experiences. I have not seen Pulse King go in with Lollipop ever, and is going in with double Boomerang as well. Definitely has cooked up some new recipes in the kitchen while I've been away. excited to see how this works out, and it's actually doing pretty solid right now as both players are at even. Landfrog looking to just try to keep his distance. Pressure, kick False King away. Is locked back against the corner, but we've seen how fine and content he is being cornered. Hasn't really struggled too much up to this point. Nice boomerang catch. We've got 375, a huge burst. False King now in advantage. And with the clock ticking down, it's Landfrog's turn to start having to approach. Manages to get a couple of sweet hits in. He's definitely more than comfortable with things. Not sure if False King realizes he was at disadvantage. That one trade will set him back in advantage. But that grab is going to close things out. And Landfrog now currently holding on to match point. Just needs to win one more time to be able to advance deeper into the brackets. Looks like False King is going to be content sticking in with the double boomerangs. I do like this strategy. I can see this working. If he warms up enough to what Landfrog is doing and starts making better calls, this can very quickly turn into his favor. Nice rush too, but oh, the teleport is going to allow him to slip away. Could not set the timing up to be able to lock down that Ninjara teleport. Fun fact, when that teleport happens, Ninjara actually has a couple of frames of vulnerability off of his respawn. So as long as you plan things out, if you time things right, you can actually... He is oftentimes locked into unblockable situations. It is not easy to do. And you generally need multi-hit attacks to be able to secure and punish him for those teleports. But it is very possible. For a lot of people too, many might not actually know how Ninjara's teleport works. But basically, the side that he is of his body that the arm is connected when he blocks, he'll move in the opposite direction. So if he's holding shields and that attack hits his left side, he's gonna move to the right. So you can actually plan and anticipate that if you aren't prepared, or if you are prepared, and you can actually get that punish on that small timed window to take Ninjara out. Unfortunately for that, it doesn't look like False King was able to secure anything of the sort, and will be knocked into the comeback brackets as Landfrog will be advancing. And it looks like the poll ended just in time as well. Pixelator is going to be hopping in to face off against Alamox. Yeah, excellent movement from Landfrog, still continuing to develop and improve. Honestly, both players are just really good. Big shout out to False King as well, doing a really good job. I liked that Lola. I look forward to seeing more of that Lola in the future, or even if I'm not around, I wish him the best with his efforts. Chico and Mystery Man are set to go and are welcome to face off against each other, as I've got Alumox and Pixelator being my next match. Rip non-binary pride heart emoji. Do we not have that? Twitch, come on. I mean, I was gonna say you're better than this, but you're clearly not because of how hard it has been to get these things going. Like, jeez. Come on, Twitch. Just, like, try for, like, 5 minutes. It would mean the world to me if you could, like, try for just, like, 5 minutes and not have it be a marketing scheme for, you know, Pride Month. Speaking of Happy Pride Month, I'm trans. Trans hype. That was the best you've ever played with Funchuck. You did a phenomenal job with Funchuck there, love. Very proud of you. As the Funchuck player from back in the day, I am you have my respect. I bow to you. Alright, so it looks like we've got a Brass Mirror matchup coming up. I know Pixel does have a Pocket Mummy. Used to be main, but the dude's really enjoying Brass these days, and I don't think anybody can blame him. Brass is such a good character. And he can struggle a lot. The big thing is he struggles a lot in disadvantage. But man, does he shine when he's in advantage. The dude is crazy. And I love, like, these good old mirror matches. They're always so fun. And it looks like we're going to be going to Brass's favorite place, the beach. This is the only place you'd want to go as a Brass. It's one of the best stages, as you've got enough space to be able to buff up. And then, on top of that, you've got so many corners to lock your opponent down on. And you've got that Hot Pocket. For those who may not be aware what the Hot Pocket is, you see that ditch in the right corner where Pixel is right now? That is a terrible place to be, and you do not want to be there. Why, might you ask? Look at him. He's got height disadvantage. He is currently cornered. There are two directions he can go, and if you get grabbed from one corner, you get launched into the other corner. There's like nothing you can do. It sucks. Don't take Brass to Buster Beach, you will regret it. Unless you're Twin 5-0, in which case, nobody will take you to Buster Beach because you will win. It does come with the advantage of being an easy chance to buff up, but at the same time, yeah, it is so scary to be in that Hot Pocket, because once you are in here, like, look how difficult it is to get out. Especially with Brass having deflect, having buff up, as we're seeing, it is such an impressive state that if your opponent is just keeping up their game, there's a lot of cases where it's just like that first round where it is just a shutdown. Nice catch there from Alomox, locking Pixel back into the Hot Pocket. He's at critical, but he's at the perfect like 25%, and he has Rush ready. He is taking advantage of it, and Alomox losing tempo, trying to regain some ground. Nice charged hit, out comes the Rush. She's not going to be able to respond in time, and the score is brought back to 1 apiece. If you were a Brass, you would go Via. Via can work fairly similarly to this, but I do believe it's actually a little bit easier for opponents to break away in Via, because just how grabs work, where the way grabs work, this stage is perfectly designed for grabs to put you back into a corner. In Via, there's a lot of cases where you might actually have a little bit of space to be able to get away, which means that the Brass doesn't have as much control or advantage. It's still a good stage, though. And I would not blame any Brass for wanting to go there. Nice choice poke right there with the deflect. Alomox will be able to claim the first point. Brilliant showing of Brass fantasticness, Brass magic muscles going on right now. Are we gonna go back to Buster? Please don't. Oh, we're going to Via. Via's also a good choice. Looking at how things are going, otherwise Chico and Mystery are currently locked into their bout still. So depending on how things go, we might be able to catch both of these next matches. Looking at the lower side, Pixel is actually set to go play against False King. And wishing both players the best of luck going through there. Is this best of 3? It is best of 3. When did I say top? All up to winter finals, lower finals, and beyond. With all of top 8 being best. The wording is very weird here. I'm gonna fix that. This is considered best of 3 though, and I'm assuming players are going in with that assumption. There. It's still poorly worded, but it's better. Quickly catching up. You can see how fast these matches can go too. Like, I looked away for like not even 30 seconds, and Alamux was able to take a point. And we are quickly taking half of Alamux's health away in not even 20 seconds. Trying to set up for some kind of counterplay. Trying to push her away, but when a Brass has rush and advantage, it's not easy to play. It is not easy to play this game. And that's gonna close things out. Alamux will be moving with a clean 2-0 to face off against Landfrog. Very excellent matches were both excellent plays from both players. Very well done. Yeah, Alamux is still here. Let's pull Landfrog back in. And that does mean that, ooh, if Pixel can take False King down, he'll be able to play against Pixelator. Pixelator going to be dancing with Neg. Best of luck to both players. Landfrog, just don't let her take you to Buster Beach. You know how this works. You've been in this scene longer than I have at this point, I'm pretty sure. Because I stopped. And even now, I'm technically not. I wouldn't even consider myself part of the scene. I'm too distant. I'm in my own little bubble. Yeah, there you go, Neg. You've been pinged. I still really like the fact... Oh, gods. I forgot that was a thing! Oh, gods. I just got jump scared. It worked! Damn it! That feeling when you've actually been jump scared by your own command. I fell for it. I knew that was gonna happen someday. There was no avoiding it. Alright, looks like we're going to be going to DNA Lab. It's actually... This isn't the best place for Brass, but it's also not the worst place for Brass. I'd actually put this around the middle ground area, as you do have enough space to buff up. There's a lot of room for your opponent to run away though, but once all the pillars are gone, I've seen a lot of brasses just turn this into like a hyper aggressive stage, or they just like smack you once and they chase you. They just beam you down. Alright, so we are starting things off. Alumog's going in, Nade and Chakram, two very good tools for catching Ninjara. As you saw, the splash damage from that explosion can catch a wandering Ninjara, gets a little bit of extra damage, and when it does fully connect, that's 150 damage. That Chakram is such a good tool at catching Ninjara's teleport shields, and generally just capitalizing on Ninjara's movements, especially when you've got that flurry rush, as you saw right there. So I explained how mono rushes go. Much like that Guardian is a mono rush, everything else here is a flurry rush. And basically how that works is you gotta mash that button, because you are throwing out 6, 7 different punches at once, and it's just throwing multiple projectiles, and you're just trying to get in as much damage as possible. It has a lot of coverage. It doesn't usually do as much damage as the mono rushes, but it's definitely capable of doing a lot of sneaky things and really good at catching players and breaking shields. Putting that Guardian away. Looks like we have a classic boxing loadout coming in for Landfrog. Funchuck and Toaster, definitely one of my favorites. I'd prefer to switch that Toaster out for a Nade, but I can respect the Toaster in this case. Has to be careful of those deflects because they're still really good at taking that Funchuck down, and if a Funchuck gets deflected, it loses so much control. Nice knockdown. Landfrog finally has a chance to start going in for the chase, and he is taking advantage of it. You saw what I was talking about before, with that Flurry Rush just covering all of Landfrog's movements, prevented that Ninjara shield teleport from really being able to stay away for too long. He ended up eating a few hits. Did manage to delay a lot of damage, however. Nice rush there. Did get the shield break as well, which means that he gets to continue getting this pressure, keep pushing this advantage. Loses a lot of ground though off of that nade knockdown and giving up, forfeiting a lot of neutral as he's trying to respect Alumux, seeing this rush ready. Dodges a bit, but I think he's still out, and that is the fact. As one final charged hit, nice 80 damage stacked on top of everything else. And that's going to be Alumux claiming the first point in this next match. Or this set. Happy Pride Month. Had good ARMS esports support. I mean, Nintendo doesn't like esports. They've demonstrated that. Oh, I got booted. Let's see, have there been any additional donations? There have not been, but that's fine. We've got a lot of money coming in here. I can, at the very least, I have enough money to split it up 3 ways now. Huge shout out to Alamos for donating such a large amount of money into this prize pool. Starting things off in this round, it looks like Linebrook has switched over to Min going in double Chilla, just looking at clean, cold, ice chain combo potential. Dragon Arm Chilla is such a fearsome thing. It is so big, it has so much coverage, and if it connects, everybody's having a bad time. Trying to get this ice chain going. Alamox has lost her rush. Manages to take away that Dragon Arm. Landfrog looking for a chance to build it up and manages to land a nice grab, getting things charged up and ready, but Alamox returns it in kind with another grab. Almost has a rush set up once more and has a pretty solid health lead 20 seconds in. That freeze is not going to do much, and I don't think there's actually time for Landfrog to bring things back unless we get an ever classic speed running ice chain. But like, you're not getting that against a player that knows what they're doing, and Alamox is fully aware of what she is doing, and she's just going to sit here and wait. They really need to take fan feedback. They took fan feedback, and that's why Paper Mario sucks. Nice freeze here, trying to set something up. Tries to dodge out of the way using the rush to retract Landfrog's arms, but unfortunately just could not bring it back in time, as Alamox was more than ready to punish that and got a clean chunk of damage. Landfrog still sticking with these arms, gets another freeze. We do have the rush ready, and it's going to be a clean connection. Doesn't get the right arm, uses the chakram instead, missing out on about 50 damage. I don't think it would have killed anyways, but that one final punch will. And Alamox is going to be able to take Landfrog down 2-0. He's going to be chilling in the Lunar Finals. Excellent plays, good games from both players. Looking forward to seeing what comes for these two next. Wishing Landfrog the best as they continue, or as he continues his way through the bracket. And I hope Alamox enjoys her very comfy seat in the winner finals position. Getting things set up for the next game, we do have Beam Blaster playing against somebody. And it looks like it's gonna be Chico. Yay. Fun fact, Chico is my favorite. That's the fact. That is the fact. Chico is my favorite. I like Chico. If anybody is interested in participating in more ARM stuff or looking to support Planet Scrapstar, do keep an eye on the... Oh gods. I was more ready for it that time. But A for effort. But yeah, keep an eye on that, supported by. There's a lot of cool things going on in the ARMS community. There's cool things going on in Planet Scrapstar if you want to be a part of any of that. Or if you want to support my team Illusion, go get some glitch energy. Alright, looking looking at some things going on the lower side of brackets. It looks like Pixelator was able to take Mig out 2-0, and False King able to take Pixel out 2-0. So now there's only one Pixel remaining. Pixel, congratulations, you don't have to worry about getting brought up. Mystery Man will be facing off against Quiddy Pig. Oh! Would you look at that? I'm so good at seeding. It's been months since I streamed this thing, and yeah, we've got, like, Landfrog is the only upset, and that was a really close seeding difference, so... But otherwise, it's like, seed 1, 5, 2, and 3 are here. Oh, I'm so good at this. So good. Eve's gonna pat herself on the back for a moment. Because she's so fabulous. And it looks like we're gonna go to Buster Beach. I was too busy patting myself on the back that I didn't realize that the players were ready. Gods, I have a terrible ego. Beamer going in with the Springer, the Bouncer, Spring Man, Jico coming in with the Lollipop. Both players very well known in the competitive scene for these picks. Beamer, very well known for using Seiki, but we've got a Tri-Blast instead alongside that Toaster. I think this is actually a good pick against the Lollipop, so I really cannot blame the guy, as that Seiki can be really hard to catch a bouncing clown with if you do not set things up right. Tri-Blast just a little bit better at catching the footsies that Jico is so well known for. So very capable of just dancing and weaving between all of these shots. This is a clean rush chance, and he is taking it, quickly getting 260 damage, and that shield is still nice and weakened. The reason why that was a good opportunity was because that shield was weakened from various arm hits and damage taken. Meant that it would have been really easy for Beamer to break Jico's shield, which pretty much just meant Jico was in a rough position, and we see why he picked the Tri-Blast and why he brought it, as that is going to be a very strong advantage start as he claims that first point. Jico going to be coming in once more. Tri-Blast, Cool Rain, another of the ice arms at hand, capable of landing some nice ice chains if that Cool Rain connects. Wild charged. The big problem here is it's a little bit harder to get those ice chains going than it is the Chilla, but it's still very effective at it once you line up your shots, once you're used to playing with this arm. Beamer doing just a really solid job though of just moving back and forth, being fully aware of the fact that that Cooler Rain tends to come in from the left or right, so as long as you're moving forward or backward, you're generally going to have a pretty easy time dodging. And then he's just focusing on boxing down the Tri-Blast otherwise, which means that generally it's causing Jico to have a really hard time catching him with any hits and securing any damage. I feel like this loadout's just not working out nearly as well as Jico wants, trying to get some kind of pressure going. He does get a nice corner. Good lockdown, 320 damage, plus the juggle on the end. Now he's looking to try to pressure Beamer out. Gets a little bit more damage. I think he was just barely about to bring things back, but that nice knockdown with the Tri-Blast is going to set Beamer in advantage once more. Building up that rush too, and now he's got that permacharge, so you know Beamer is just throwing out punches so he can throw out this rush. That Cool Rain almost canceled him out, but it was not fast enough, and Beamer going to be able to walk away with the first point as a result. I am not used to talking this much. Oh no, I've done podcasts before. I've done a solo podcast. It's hidden somewhere in Twitter and maybe in Discord. I can't remember what it was called. it was kind of fun. Though I'm not the kind of person to be able to organize and plan that all out. If I ever did do like more podcasts, it probably would require somebody else to like, or at least a joint effort with somebody else to try to make things happen. Heading into our next bout, it looks like we're going to be heading to DNA Lab. I like this choice. It's going to mean there's a lot more space for Chico to make his movement work. He's much more confident when he's able to keep that maximum range. He is very comfortable at long distances. And we'll definitely see that as he just tries to push Beamer back and really work with his tools. Beamer switched over to the Cooler Ray now. Definitely a nice pick, and we'll have to see how it really turns out in this exchange. But I feel like with the Tri-Blast might work a little bit better than what Beamer's got going, especially in this stage where there's just so many obstacles, so many walls. Provided he's boxing out Chico's stuff though, it will work out in his favor end of the day. Nice light footwork from Chico, able to keep things relatively even. We do have half of the pillars already taken out. Quick freeze. Just trying to bait out the rush, knows that if he goes for the grab, Beamer just pressing that rush button would probably spell his doom. So he's just going to wait it out. One more pillar just about ready to fall. A curve arm will be able to pierce through on that final point of health. Nice bait. Just anticipating that Chico was going to try to throw out the rush, reset neutral. Now it's Beamer's turn to try to close things in, get that final hit, and he's going to be able to connect with that toaster. Thank you, Adam. So it's fun to drop by every once in a while. It's just that, yeah, like the weeklies was too much. I probably won't even do too many arm stuff even from here. But it was fun. It's fun. It's nice to come back every once in a while and see how everybody's developed and grown and all the other things. Nice grab there. There's only one pillar left and we are on the second round. These two have really... both players have really shined to being near these pillars and just looking to get them taken down or utilize them fully as the resource available they are. But now that means that we've got a big open field, just a field of neutral. Could not bring things out in time. Neither could, and that is just entire whiff rushes. Big sad panda hours right there. Much sadness. And we just resume with the neutral as both players return to building up that rush. Beamer gonna ready his up first. And you can see he's quickly trying to generate it as fast as he possibly can. Chico, one final hit away from falling. He needs a couple hits still. Nice evade there. Gets the rush ready. He needs one or two trades and the rush to be able to take Beamer out. And at this point, it's going to be really hard for him to close in that distance. A few seconds left on the clock. That grab will do a bit, but it has to be a rush from here, and that's not happening because Beamer knows he's got a shield. He dropped the shield. He almost died there because he dropped the shield. If Chico waited on that Cooler Rain and hoped for that, that would have been the loss. And it would have been a very painful loss for Beamer. Regardless, he manages to survive, hang in there just barely, and will advance, 2-0. Chico will be moving down to the comeback brackets. We'll be awaiting either False King or Pixelator for his next match. Landfrog on the other side, waiting for Mystery and Quiddy to finish and for them to face off, one of those two to face off against Panther. So while we let that sort itself out, we're going to head into the winners finals, where Beam will face off against Alumax. Pretty stacked. I mean, most arms is stacked. It's hard to find an ARMS bracket that is not stacked. Because most people who run ARMS events either have a small collection of friends who are really good that will more than likely sign up for their events, or it's just a popular person that is going to attract, or it's just an ARMS event and it's just gonna pull good players anyways. Like, it's unavoidable. You're always going to get stacked players. This seems too niche at this point. It is rare to, it is a treat to find players like Pixel and Neg who join in and do their best, or like Pixelator, who's been around for a while now. But at least for me, he's still a fairly fresh face. That was the first time I actually got to see him play, I think. As much as it saddens me, my seeding is very accurate still. Stacked more than Jenga. Everyone who's continued to stick with ARMS are on another level. I mean, yeah! Like, even a lot of players who don't, like, I could probably come in and I could go to toe-to-toe with one of these two players. Plus no coil. That too. How's everybody enjoying not having Dr. Coil in the brackets? You main Master Mummy now? Adam, first you started out with Twintel. Then you moved over to Masango. And now you're Master Mummy. Let's fucking go. I need to run another... I will give you a good heads up on when the next ARMS Scrapstar is, Adam. I will do my best to remember so that I can make sure that you can participate, because I want to see this. I want to see this. Oh, wait. When did you sub? You've subbed for a year? Have you added a song to the stream play yet? Oh god, so that's a Siki against Brass. Yeah, that's a Siki against Brass. Alumok's definitely making a good call there with the Bub and Nade. I'm sure she's dealt with this matchup enough that she knows what's going on. I know what's going on. Anybody who's seen this going on knows what's going on. That Siki potentially can be a tool if Beamer has advantage when Alamox gets knocked into critical and enrages. That can actually be an unblockable into a grab combo that Alamox will not be able to respond to. So that advantage state she generally has, if she's not handling things right, can actually be taken away from her. So she has to be especially careful. I think we're actually in that position. We're going to see it. Oh, he's just gonna wait instead. Yep, there it is. That is Siki. That is the Brass's worst nightmare, is that arm for that reason. It is so painfully hard to play against. It is the... There's other... Well, it's the only explosive arm that really messes with Brass in that... Well, it's unique in the fact that it can mess with Brass in that way. There's no other explosive shock arm. There's an explosive poison arm, but the rest of the explosives are literally just explosives. That's gonna be a painful rush. 310 damage. Capable of curving it and lining up these shots as well. This is just... This is such a tough matchup for Brass that you do not understand how difficult this can be for a Brass until you're the player being Brass in this situation. She manages to break out in that situation I don't think Beamer actually set up that blast confirm optimally, but he still has such a huge amount of control over this field. Nice dodge. Will be able to stop the explosion from taking her out. This is her chance to turn things around. She needs to keep this pressure going. She cannot give this chance to Beamer. She has to keep things rolling, and the Siki whirls into her face. And that first point is going to be going to Beamer, making it clear that if she wants to move on to Grand Finals in advantage, she's gonna have to work for it, because that is... No, I just feel bad for people there. We're going to be heading to Buster Beach next. Definitely one of the best stages for Brass. I feel like... Oh, she's gonna stick! I do know she has a couple of backup character picks. Looks like she's going to stand her ground, though, and is taking us to one of the strongest stages for Brass as well. We have some guaranteed knockdown arms, along with the Bub being a very effective boxing tool. She's going to be sticking with it. A little bit less capable of boxing, but the Tri-Blast is just such a powerful tool. And actually, that blast can be used to save her from shock confirms when it's in its charged state. As if you take arms damage while your arm is charged up and explosive, it will cause a self-detonate. Meaning that Alamox actually has opportunities. Normally it's a disadvantage thing, but there are cases where if that happens, you get knocked out of ice chains, shocks, a lot of things that you don't want to be caught in. Oh, she's going to be able to break out of that. Tries to catch her with a nice curved Siki, but cannot reach out in time. She manages to get some damage in. She's going to get shocked, but she will recover in time. Now Beamer is enraged, which means that his arms are permanently charged. She's got to be careful of the fact that that Siki, that toaster, are now especially scary for her. Quickly eats away. He's got a rush ready. He's looking for a chance to pop that rush. And you can see Alamox is respecting that, fully aware of that danger. He's going to be knocked into enrage. Nice patient play. That's going to be a shock. I think that's it. No! He played too patiently, but she goes in for a couple extra punches while the Siki's coming in, and it will outweigh her attacks. Alamox going to be knocked down another notch. She is not out yet, and she's going to be starting off at the back corner. Has a chance to be able to buff up and maybe get some chase going. Maybe she needs to just go in for the kill, though. And I do see that she is going to start with that option. And that gets the shock, and Beamer is now locked into a corner. He gets a nice pull out on that Tri-Blast. Will be able to punch away, grab away, and creates a lot more ground, meaning that that Siki is going to be able to play this distant game once more. Alamox needs to find her way back in. That thing is such a dastardly fiend. And it's so good at catching a big brass body that you just have no idea how difficult this thing can be. Nice jump, nice evade. She will get 265 still. Has to respect Beamer's rush. He's going to be knocked into enrage as well. He's got a rush ready of his own. Any damage at this point will take her out, provided it is not blocked. You see, she has to play very patiently, trying to build up rush, trying to get things going. Any straight hit will be able to take Beamer out as well in this case, and she manages to land it. Patient plays are rewarded, and the score is brought to 1 apiece. Final round for set 2. Beamer going to start off with advantage. Both players have rush ready. Beamer's looking for the key point to throw out that rush. It is not the easiest thing to land, but it does so much when it connects. Alamox is just trying to find a way in to get things starting to roll. Both will trade on explosions. Whenever she sees that that Siki is or uncharged, like, that's one of her big chances to really go in. But even then, If you're not approaching properly, it just doesn't work out. Am I ever gonna get back into the ARMS competitive scene? Probably not ARMS. ARMS 2, I can see myself being interested in getting back in. But ARMS 1, I feel like I want to explore other grounds. I have enough of a vibe on what's going on with ARMS that I don't feel like pushing in more. I don't think that's a shield break. Oh, but he's gonna try to go for the grab punish, and she will capitalize on that. Gets punished as he tries to throw out the rush. Alamux still has a chance, but the toaster will slither by. And now it is 2-0, Beamer's advantage, looking for one more to advance. Gotta bounce. But yeah, like, I know everything that's going on in ARMS. It takes me like a couple of games to warm back up, and then I just play. Like, I might be a little bit below everyone else. If not, like, it really wouldn't take much for me to catch up properly with where I used to be. But, like, I'm more content just watching at this point. I've gotten my fill out of playing this game. If we get offlines again, I'm more inclined to play ARMS in offline. Like, once we go into offline scenes again, then that's probably when I want to start playing ARMS again. Yeah, what you said, Luna. It's nice to kind of just, like, watch ARMS and be able to appreciate it without having to actively play sometimes. Like, this is a game I'm definitely if once offlines come back, this game is so good. This game is so good offline. Ooh, this is a good chance for the shield break. She is going to take it. 250 damage. Why didn't the bracket count? Oh, you spelled it wrong. That's fine. I got it. But then again, most games are better offline. Nice curve there. Won't be able to knock down, but does create a little bit of ground. Gains some neutral in the exchange. And now Beamer's at his comfy poking range, looking to try to keep things going. Alamux has gone full blast. She is just looking to bombard this man. And so far, she's managing to do a pretty solid job of that. Has Beamer locked down in the corner yet again. This nade Triblast just shield pressure for days, eating through everything. He's taking this chance. He's taking this rush. Because what other chance does he get? Oh, catching her with that explosion. Excellently set up. Calling out that desperate rush attempt of a grab. He goes for another grab. I think that's it. Yeah, that is it on that round. Beamer now match point, looking for one more win to advance to grand finals. Alamux needs to be able to take this point in order to keep his chances running of being in advantage. That is a rough start though, as she quickly loses 250 health, loses that buff advantage, and Beamer is quickly readying up a rush. She still has a little whiles to go. Beamer has been a dominant player in this scene for a very long while, and this is an exceptionally rough matchup for Brass, as Springman's naturally already a bit more advantaged in the matchup between these two. You put a Siki on him, and he's just gonna be that much harder. Another shot, and I think that's closing it out. No! Oh, she's out. And that will be Beamer advancing 3-0. Yes. She's still got another chance at this, but that Springman with Siki? That is a rough thing to have going. No breast is happy when they come across that. Luna, you have pronouns! Pronoun game. Luna, what games have you been playing lately? What have you been into? You've been playing Strive? Good, good. I want to get into Strive some point when my head's in a better place. The hot weather and just the chaos of life has been making it hard. It's been hard just to get into like Rev 2, which I was wanting to get into for the longest time. Alright, so update on things on the lore end. False King was able to take out, I believe Pixelator's the team leader here. So that was a team kill that unfortunately had to happen. And it's advanced to face off against Chico. Panther will be dancing with Mystery. Oh, Pixelator was not able to avenge his fellow Pixel. False King took him down. False King chewed out both of the pixels. We have no pixels left. Chat, what do you do when you don't have any pixels? I need to get the names in. Hold on. Hold on. See, I have not changed a bit. And then we've got... What is this? Bam! Alright, we are here. We are good to go. We've got False King coming in with Chilla and Sparky. Jico coming in with Triblast and Coolerang. This is... Jico's loadout originally was Triblast Boomerang, but just couldn't make the Boomerang work. Looking for a little bit more off of the Coolerang as well, as you can get those Ice Chains, and you can still get some good confirms off of the Triblast. Once you've been practiced, once you are fully trained with the tools. So it is still a very strong combo, and it's worked out very well for him in a lot of cases. Plus a couple of light stat changes between the two arms. False King has pretty much stuck with Sparky and Chilla as a lifelong career tool set. And very rarely do I see him go in with anything else. Can't really blame him, it's a fun combo. Out comes the rush to try to push him back a little bit more. Make sure that that chip damage would be enough. He did actually have the health lead before, but that is a good just confirmation on making sure he survives well and healthy. Yeah, that's a very close fight going on right there. And we're going to be diving right into this next one, where False King will be throwing out this rush, trying to regain some ground and posture, but just a safe block. Not even doing anything off of that freeze, just waiting to see what Jico might have been planning, and Jico just patiently holding out the shield, knowing that if False King threw anything out, he had a rush ready. Nice grab confirm. Will give him a little bit more control, a little bit more tempo. He's almost got that rush fully prepared. Just needs one more trade, and he is set. The rush would be able to bring him back in the game. Or if he gets a nice confirm with any of his tools, that can quickly shift the tides. He's just got to be able to find that ground. That's too long of a range. Chico just going to go for a bit of prep chip, push him back a little bit. 20 seconds left on the clock. We do have another freeze. And the chain of punches. I believe Chico is still barely in advantage. Definitely in advantage now. 10 seconds on the clock. Chico can't hit, nor can False King. And it's going to be Chico taking him down and claiming the first set point. Pixelator, are you there? I sent you a message. It's a very important message. This room is too hot. So much hype, very much hype. Looks like we are going to be going to Scrap's yard, not Scrapstar. God, some of these graphics are old. So much of this is old. But I love it all so much. Heading into the scrap yard. Both players going to be sticking with their aforementioned loadouts once again. False King's loadout, definitely a really solid combo tool. You've got the Chilla to be able to get those ice chains rolling. If you end up whiffing with the Chilla, then you have the Sparky to kind of follow up, and you can just close things out with a Sparky Shock grab confirm. Get some really good damage off of that too, as we just saw, with a quick third of Chico's health taken away from that 1-2-3. Chico's loadout excels at pushing opponents away with a lot of chip damage, a lot of explosions, and just freezes. Nice catch with that grab. And has a pretty heavy rush as well, capable of chewing through shields with all of those multi-hits and that flurry from these two attacks. Chico managing to push False King back. This loadout is so good at just like catching and punishing the slightest wrong movements. Like, it's also relatively safe, so it's really nice for Chico to be able to just like lightly tap like one direction, another direction. It's really good at like dash dancing and boxing with these arms. 10 seconds left. He just needs to survive and not get grabbed. And he's going to be able to get the KO. At the rate things are going, I might be able to get Landfrog's match as well. Ooh, nice call with this rush. Seeing the grab coming, gets 275 damage, expends that meter. But now he's got a little bit of more control. He has that light health advantage. And you can see he's trying to build up another rush, trying to keep that control, but Chico quickly brings it back with a couple of strong hits. Nice dodge there with just that minute amount of movement you are capable of doing while shocked. Another 1-2 from False King. He's got that rush ready again. Chico has yet to utilize his. So 2 rushes to nil, but Chico is holding just at a light disadvantage here, trying to outbox, but False King's starting to become a little more aware to Chico's nuanced movements as he's picking him out time and time again with these gloves, and just outboxing him, set him to the magic pixel. just barely weaving between these attacks. Chico is trying to stay on top of things, but that's going to be the knockdown. And the score is 1 apiece on the second game. If Chico can take this win, he will advance. False King looking to try to get some revenge on Chico, maybe continue on in his fight through the bracket himself. These two gloves are just so good at outboxing the light and cool rain. Just being a heavier arm and faster retraction compared to the cool rain, it really means that Chico has to be on top of his movement, has to be so fully focused on dodging out of the way of stuff. Nice evade like there as we're speaking, as he avoids a heavy amount of damage from that rush and just cements this lead ever so much more. And now that he's in a position where he doesn't need to feel like approaching as much, it's a lot easier for him just to play comfortably, confidently, and stay focused on the task at hand and get these calls that he's looking for. Ooh, was not actually ready to respond to that, and he's gonna chew out 160 damage. Another grab. Gonna be able to break out that time safely as False King trying to bait this rush. Ooh, there he is. There's the reply. Out comes the rush. False King gonna land it and gets the KO. Score brought to 1 apiece. Both players now looking for one more victory to be able to advance to comeback semifinals. And it looks like we're going to be closing things off with Buster Beach. 8. It's a beautiful number. I like it. Alright, it's heading back to the stage. Good cornering for pressure. That bumper prevents advancement just a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to keep your foe away. And it's also like, it works well. I'm surprised. I don't think about it, but I think this might actually be a really good stage for Lollapop. I know Twin absolutely adores this stage, and you cannot beat him here. And generally, you would look at a stage like this and be like, especially for a character as flighty as Lola, you would assume that she wouldn't want to go to a stage like this, but more often than not, I see Lollipops actually do pretty good on the stage. And we are definitely seeing a good chunk of that in this one. Comes a nice rush. That's just going to be some chip damage. Good rush generation for False King as well. We do get the freeze. Chico probably going to try to bait. He does try to bait with the Cool Rain. Manages to get a Tri-Blast on the side. False King now closing in the distance, looking for a rush chance. The big thing about False King's combo as well is just the fact that, like, if he gets any good hit, it's really easy for him to follow up and get just that much more damage. 3 seconds left. Chico cannot get hit. He is going to desperately throw everything out to get this round, just like that first game. And he is going to be able to secure it. Coming into this next round, False King has that rush advantage. You'd hope he'd be able to take advantage and capitalize on that pressure, but really just not keeping up as Chico just blindsiding him, punishing and stealing the rush away. We're not even going to see much come out of this rush, I don't think, or that freeze, and we did not, as Chico was just a little too far away. False King closed the gap, quickly realized the dangers of approaching with that rush available, and just backed up. And Chico back to his zone and back to his patient plays. False King losing ground, losing tempo. There's not much for him to do, and he is down. One final blow. And Chico will be advancing 2-1 against False King. So that means that we can move on to the next match, which is just so happen gonna be the Land Frog, and we haven't seen him yet, but he is a very fantastical player, and I'm eager to see him at play Mystery Man Bro. A very, very competent little Ribbon Girl player. I've seen some good results from him before. We'll have to see if he's been keeping himself nice and fresh, if that song is at pitch hit. Or if Mystery's like me and hasn't been doing his exercises, and if that voice is gonna falter because of that. 2, 1, oop. Oh no, because of that light upset. Land Frog made it slightly off. Wait, how good is my seating? Beamer is above Alamux, that's understandable. Technically, I'm pretty sure Alamux is above Beamer, but in that matchup, Beamer wins. So those two are in the top 2 position. Chico's now in semifinals, so he's doing good. I like how you had to ban Coil. I felt like it was appropriate. Top 6 was all the top 6, that's good. 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 8. So that would... Check it. Check it. Your girl, she's seated perfectly again. I haven't played this, or not perfectly, but near perfect. I haven't played this game. I haven't ran a bracket since January. I come back. Beyond 2 placements, which are like back and forth right now, seeding is perfect. I know my players. I know how people perform. Even the people I haven't seen play yet, I was like, you're gonna go here. And I was right. Wait, what am I doing? Lessons on how to TO? No, this is lessons on seeding. You want perfect seeding for arms? You talk to me. Era's also really good. Era's also really good at it. But I have to, like, flex here, because I haven't seen most of these people in a while. Number 1 be Malik. Yes. I just have like a 6th. I'm not great at seeding other games. Like, I'm still learning because there's a lot more people and there's a lot going on. But you put me in ARMS. Can't seed like any other TO. But yeah, you put me in ARMS and I win. So I don't know where these two are. So I'm gonna go pee. Do I have the BRB? It doesn't fit. Why is it like that? Why is that key sticky? There we go. So we're gonna take a short break as I use the washer. I'm back. They are here. It looks like we're going to Buster. Excellent arm seating, yes. You one cycled Oil Ocean boss fight. Let's go. Let's play. Arms. Are you serious? We've got Arms nice here, and Band is currently in the lead. What is wrong with you all? Oh, right! Mystery does have a Spring Man. I did forget about that. Pretty competent Spring Man player, if my memory is correct. Lionfrog going to be going in with the Guardian Funchuck. He's been having a lot of fun with it, and we saw some cool things, so we'll have to hope and see how he performs in this match in particular. As this sprinting boy actually has a couple of arms that Guardian and Funchuck can do pretty well against. Big challenge here is if Mystery is able to anticipate any of them coming, he can get some really clean deflects and just straight up nullify Lionfrog's strategies. I like the big turbines in the background. I bet those are like wind panels, wind turbines for generating electricity. Opening up with a nice rush, gets 215 damage, holding onto a late lead against Lionfrog, who is looking to try to get some kind of confirm. So far, this patient play is just working out very well, but now he's locked into the corner. Good call to just wait things out with the shield. Nice, perfect parry, or perfect block to get right around that Guardian. Allows himself to be able to keep this hunt going. Knocks down the Guardian, but is not able to capitalize off of anything from it. Lionfrog is just looking for some kind of confirm, but he's not going to be able to get it, as Mystery will outbox him down and takes the point. Heading into our next round, looks like both players choosing once again to stick with their arms. Tried to go in for the shield cancel, but Mystery's just been focused on clean movement. Was not positioned in a way to get psyched out by it. Good deflect off of that Guardian coming out. Gets 260 damage and just deepens that lead ever so much more. Oh, is this a chance? It's gonna stick! Nice 320 damage rush. If you time it right, you can actually get a shock confirm off of the Guardian through your rush and then follow up with a grab afterwards. I don't, like, it requires a lot of practice. I know only a handful of players who've been capable of doing that. Linkable, if anybody knows him, being one of the few. As it currently stands, Lionfrog managing to hold a much more confident round in this session. He's gonna eat a nice rush though, 235 damage, still has the advantage, but it's gonna be taken away by a nice boomerang. Lionfrog now ready with a rush. He cannot rush that toaster, because it retracts way too quickly and his arms are just too slow. So Mystery just safe to throw out these punches, especially at this range. Lionfrog has to be able to close in the distance enough to be able to get something going. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. Needs to close in the distance more, but he will not be able to. Wide grab will close things out, and Mystery will be claiming this point. You all suck. You all suck, you know that? Not a single person is going to say Arm's nice. You're all just banned and meow. You couldn't. There you go. There you fucking go. That's right. That's right. Nice. Mystery, are you gonna be the big upset here? Are you gonna be the big upset in this bracket? Yeah, we've got some rice, we got some dice. Somebody threw a bunch of bits, or a bunch of the scrap credit. We banned Arms! Everything's banned. Cancel culture will cancel Arms. They'll find a reason. They canceled Arms when it came out because motion controls. Y'all stink. Shout out to whoever like dumped a bunch of scrap bucks into nice. Chico, we're breaking up. No! Shit, I said that on the stream that's gonna be recorded. Can I edit that out? I don't know if I can edit that out. No! 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 No, Meg. No, cannot. Lanfrog's going in with a Dragon Arm Guardian right now, and is managing to hold well. Definitely one of the best Guardian players in this game. Granted, there's no, do not quote it in your fucking heart! Anyways, as I was saying, Lanfrog, one of the few Guardian users in this game. Definitely a really hard arm to be able to make work, but like once you know what you're doing, like he's a good example of like how well you can play this thing. As it's just a massive sprawling obstacle. And it's really working well, especially in this narrow hallway of Vaya, where Lanfrog is able just to keep his distance. And that's gonna be a point to him. Explain to YouTube why this match was cut out. You're all monsters. First you ban Arms in the poll. And now you're trying. No. How fucking dare you, Meg? How dare you make that? I'm so upset. I'm so upset. You know what? I'm canceling this tournament. I'm keeping all the money for myself. Nobody gets it. Christmas is canceled. Focusing back on the match, we get a nice shot. Oh, if he went for the proper confirm or he had the charge up to be able to do that, that could have been a huge shift. Thank you, Adam, for contributing 6,000 points for that. Wait, yeah, 6,000. Another nice win setup. Not gonna go for the confirm yet. If he gets one more charge popper, though, I think that's going to be this set. But he's gonna get boxed down. Oh, that's why. That was a pride before. What the fuck, Twitch? It got rid of the non-binary pride. Why are they like this? No, there it is. Oh, they turned it to a lowercase. Hang on, I have to fix that now. But yeah, fuck Twitch. Stupid case-sensitive garbage. Try now. This match is cut out for reasons. It's just like, it's not even commentary this time. See, it's back now. Non-binary? So covers. Ooh, that one final hit is going to be it. Mystery Man will be taking this point. Oh! And that is the final one because of that desperate play. And it just not working out for Lion Frog. Mystery Man will be advancing 2-0 and is set to face off against Jico. Congratulations, Mystery. You are the big upset for this tournament. Imagine being able to use Guardian well. It is hard. No! No! False. False. That is false. Don't lie. You're not playing in my tournament. You got banned. This is a mess. I'm a mess of a person. The 69th trophy. Stream and pay! I'm too hot and tired. My brain isn't functioning. Where did Mystery Man go? I'm so mad. these two are having a rematch. Oh yeah, that was Chico's first game was against Mystery. He made the climb back. He wants his revenge. Revenge. Oh gods. There's not enough room in my little awkward pocket of a setup. No, stop. Body. You're too big. I should eat some. If only Ninja Gum was real so I could turn into a small kid and I'd actually fit in this cramped space. Hello. Hello? Hello? The mic slipped out of the butt. That was a really bad thing to say. My mic disconnected. I'm back. It's good. We're good. Managing to keep some good pressure. It looks like, yeah, Mystery swapped over to the Chakram, but he's just not able to close in the distance he needs. And he's going to get knocked down. Chico will claim the first point, setting himself up with advantage. Nice. So, Chico claiming the first point against Mystery Man. We've got our bands set up. I'm not sure. I feel like we might see Mystery switch over to Ribbon Girl. But Spring Man can work well in this matchup. It's all about just finding your way and getting the setup. Actually, how does this matchup go? If you have the right tools, I think Spring Man can make it a little bit more even. But just because of how Lollipop's movement works, I think this is a favored matchup for her. Lollipop's just too wily for this little child. This little man. This Mega Man enemy. Especially if a Lollipop has an explosive lined up, because it's so... she's so good at, like, counter-boxing Spring Man and his deflect, and her movement is just so impeccable at working around a lot of traps and setups. Nice knockback with the Slamamander. Gets a good grab confirm. And we are seeing once again why you do not want to be in the Hot Pocket, as the grab immediately launches Chico right back into the other side. And he's just stuck in that ditch until he finds his chance out. Mystery playing a very defensive game in response, and it's working out pretty well to his favor, as he's just plowing through a lot of Chico's attacks. Nice block for Chico will keep him from getting knocked out here and potentially sets him up with a tempo change, as now it's his turn to come in for the attack, for the chase with this rush. The Roaster making some really good calls on Chico's movements though. Get another good one too. Chico continuing to chip away at this health. Mystery pushing himself into the Hot Pocket, locked into this scary little pocket of cornered. Not going to be able to break out of that. 300 damage, 320. Chico now in the lead with a few seconds left on the clock. Roaster just barely whiffing. And a nice parry with that Coolerang will allow Chico to keep going. But it is one hit away for both players, and Chico will not be able to get that hit he needs. As a result, Mystery Man will claim his point.
Oh, yes.
Starting off this next round, Mystery with the blocked Roaster. It will not recover in time and makes him an easy target for that Tri-Blast. The second round looking pretty good. Looking pretty strong in Chico's favor. And yeah, he's just controlling the field. Not really much that Mystery is able to do in this situation, as he's just continuing to get his health chewed away, bitten away, little bites, little bits, little chunks. He's gonna get KO'd. Chico's definitely warmed up, demonstrated here, but it could, a lot of that could also just be stage positioning and where both players started, because Chico's now going to start off in the Hot Pocket, and that really did not work out well for him last time, so it might be about trying to find his way out and get himself into a good, comfortable spot. Popper can be really effective at catching Chico out as well, this Lollipop with that widespread coverage, but only time will tell how well that really will go in Mystery's favor. Nice rush, gets 330 damage, still has yet to take any hits. Finally, Chico finding a bit of ground, he knocks him down, gets the grab in the Hot Pocket. He's looking to keep this pressure going, and you saw Mystery desperately try to find his way out of the corner. And once again, that's how the Hot Pocket works, is you try to claw your way out, and more often than not, you'll just get tossed right back in. Gets the freeze. That does mean that Mystery doesn't get to properly climb out but he is still in a pretty decent position as he's almost got rush ready, and he's got Enrage rolling, so he just has a lot of free neutral ground, and if he lands this rush, it will be over for Chico. Nice block, 20 seconds left on the clock. Chico still holding on to a light health lead. Roaster or Popper could knock him into disadvantage position, so he has to stay focused. Gets knocked down, 10 seconds left, and the Roaster will take him out. Mystery Man balancing the score 1 apiece. He's looking to be able to advance through the bracket if he can take Chico out one more time. We've got Sparring and Mausoleum banned. Mausoleum definitely a fair pick. Sparring likely just worried about getting cornered out. Especially now that he's kind of figured that zoning out Chico is working well enough in his favor that he wants to kind of stay at that distance. Chico gonna change things up, and it looks like we're heading to Via Dolce instead. Whoever takes this will be advancing to face off against Alomox. Let's do this. And we are off with this next match. It looks like Mystery straight off with a nice advantage. Keeping some good pressure, keeping some solid damage. Excellent boxing going in through here. Chico managing to get some nice pressure though. He gets a couple of solid pokes. Just trying to keep Mystery locked into a corner. Restrict that movement as much as possible. This can be a pretty rough stage for Lollipop as well, so if Mystery's finding his own chances to pressure, this could easily turn into a really bad place for Chico. Nice call with the rush to get the deflect. He's not going to get much beyond chip damage, but does push Mystery back into the corner, which is exactly what he's hoping for. Keeps this neutral game going in his favor, and is now chewing him out. While the rush was whiffed, like, the end result of what he wanted from that rush has been exemplary and just, like, very rewarding. Mystery starting to get a couple of good trades of his own, sees a chance for rush, but he is going to whiff it, and Chico safely blocking it down. Nice grab. It's still in Chico's favor. He's gonna choose to rush, just knowing that if Mystery made any move there, basically was going to be the end for him if Chico just pressed that button. More than happy to utilize that to claim the point, especially since Mystery doesn't have that much of a rush advantage going into this next round. So as long as Chico's just keeping up his neutral game, he will be able to catch up. Couple of good hits in. Mystery just about ready with the rush. He just needs to swing one more time. Chico is so close to having his own rush, and Mystery's is taken away by the Tri-Blast explosion. Chico completely under control right now, has everything within his grasp, just keeping up this tempo, keeping things up, zoning Mystery out effectively. That Popper just cannot keep up as Mystery no longer has the space to dodge these attacks. That Popper is just useless here, and Chico will be taking him down 2-1 as a result. Excellent plays from both players. Well done to Mystery Man, but he is going to be settling himself in 4th place as a result. And Chico will be advancing to the comeback finals. What is that quote? Oh god, there's so many things I've said that I deeply regret. And so, Mystery Man was probably the biggest upset that we've had this bracket, but he is still going to settle up only just a tier above what was. That is even worse. That is even worse. How do you get that? No, God, stain it. You gotta cleanse this with some genders. Those quotes are Kirby. Alright, both players are in the lobby. We just need to get stages set up. Oh god, I remember that time. Why are you taking me down this memory lane? What's this one? Alright, we're just waiting for Chico to ban his stages. Sophia will pick from the remainder, and then we'll be able to dive into our comeback finals. This will be our second best of 5. Where's Jico? There's Jico. That's still probably one of my favorite quotes of all time. I should play Mighty number 9 again. That game was a dumpster fire and I loved it. Let's see, and we're going to be starting off on a beach. There's not that many quotes yet. We're in the 200s right now. Alright, so we are moving into best of 5 territory from here on. Winter finals, we already went through. Comeback finals is best of 5. Grand finals, best of 5. And if there's a bracket reset, also best of 5. Jico will be going in with the Lola Pop. Alumux going in with the Brass. And we've got some Brass counter coming in from Jico, anticipating this big beefy boy. Hydra and Megawatt definitely are some solid picks, some effective tools. I'm gonna be honest, I love both of these people. So I'm gonna be heartbroken whoever loses. But I want both of them to win. If I'm gonna show my bias. Starting things off, Jico holding onto a very light lead as he is capable of landing a couple of cheeky hits with that Hydra. Going to be the first to get Rush ready. Tries to go for that long range grab off of that Megawatt and will not be able to reach in time. Alumux responds with a rush, and that's going to set her in the lead. Jico trying to set something up. I think he sees a rush, and he's going to be able to connect it. 365, 1 point of damage for every day of the year. I say that every single time that happens, and I need to stop. Chico holding onto a light lead, just looking to try to keep Alumux away, because if she gets too close, it can be really easy for her just to eat away at that health meter with grabs and powerful plays. Tries dashing away, and that's going to be 240 damage as a result. That Ram also such a wonderful tool. While it doesn't give Alumux the grab confirms that she might normally like, it does allow her to be able to take away Jiko's rush, which slowing down rush generation is a very impactful thing in this game when there's not really many ways to do that. The only way is to land a charged firearm. Granted, Jiko has one of those of his own with the Hydra, which, if he's connecting those hits, can be very, very beneficial to himself. Out comes the rush, successfully baited from Jiko. His turn to look for something, tries to dash in, but is not able to get the reflect out in time. Third time's the charm, though. He gets the nice 230 damage to balance things out. Nice, perfect parry there from Alumux, and a good grab chance. And she's going to be able to set herself up with a pretty solid lead. Puts Jiko back into the hot pocket. No clown wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to eat this rush, but that's not always a choice you get to make, as Alumux will be claiming her first point. Looking for many more through the rest of this match. Just a reminder for anybody who might be interested, if you're looking to play more ARMS, if you're interested in joining the ARMS community, consider joining Planet Scrapstar, the Discord server. The link will pop up every once in a while, or you can enter in the Discord command, or check out some of the other supported by links and information that'll pop up, because that'll take you to some other community members who run their own ARMS stuff. Very cool things. Or if you want to play more things going on in my division, I'm currently... I didn't bring it up this entire time, but this tournament is actually a part of a celebration of both ARMS and Ninjala's birthdays, which are both communities that I've been involved in and interested in for a decent amount of time. So we're celebrating by running some brackets for both of those games. I've got a fashion show coming up. More details will be announced soon. But yeah, just search up ARMS Jala and you should hopefully find some information about things going on. Heading into our next match. It looks like neither players has made too drastic of a change. Alumux sticking with her tools. Jiko's actually put away the Megawatt and has slipped on the Birdchuck. This is one of his newer loadouts. He has been using it for an exceptionally long time now, but it's one of the ARM loadouts he's changed to in the recent history, and he's managed to make it work really well. The Birdchuck works well with Lola because she's so often in the air, which means that he's capable of getting some really good aerial attacks and parries going on. And then on top of that, he's actually pretty solid at landing freezes with this arm too, which means you can see the odd ice chain coming out from this Birdchuck. Alumux trying to find her way in, trying to find a little bit more tempo. She's gonna get frozen again, and that's a nice grab for Chico. who's now looking for just a couple more trades to be able to take her out. Alamux building up another rush. Jiko is at 50% health, so he can't really take too much. It's really easy for Alamux just to shift things in her favor. A nice catch with that super dash, and the Hydra will allow him to take the points. Like we do, it works. It looks like Alamux has slipped the bubble away, opting more for something that's a little more aggressive. The explosions can cause a little bit more coverage and pressure damage instead of the bubs, which are just a little bit safer. And while that safeness is nice, sometimes you need that damage. You gotta get a lot of damage going in there. And it's helped Alamux a lot here as she is holding on to a very, very solid lead. Jiko trying to find some tempo, some opportunity to shift things his way. The big thing too with the nade is that knockback is so long because of that explosion that it makes it really easy for Alamux to buff up. It's like, it's a really good tool and choice for a brass player to be going in with. Ooh, it looks like it's going to be storming soon. Or it's just like cloudy. Nice rush call out here. She will not be able to take it as she throws out the Ram finishing touch instead of the nade, but one more hit is all she needs. So she's going to be able to get the KO regardless and brings the score to 1-1. Starting this round out though, she is lacking the rush. Jiko has full rush and he is taking advantage of that as he is pressuring her. When you have rush, it means that you can be very safe and aggressive because once you press that rush button, you get a free deflect, which provided the attack is not an explosion and has a second attack, you get to just parry down whatever is coming your way, and then you get to throw out your barrage of attacks as a result, as we just saw. Nice placement from Alamux though will allow her to safely parry it out. And now it's her turn as he is lacking the rush. She has a rush of her own and she's just gonna throw it out, looking for more damage, looking to make sure that she keeps this pace going as much as she can. Nice movement from Jiko as we watch him leap over all of those attacks. Manages to take away Alamux's buff stay as it only lasts for about 5 seconds. And now it's his chance to go back on the aggression as she has lost her pressure chance. You can see she is being very cautious, aware of the fact that Jiko's rush could take her down. Nice grab. He needs to kill her soon because once that rush is ready, I think it's over for Jiko. And that is it. It is ready. If Jiko cannot get the perfect read, and he is not going to, as an excellent air dash from Alamux will come through. She's going to be able to take him down, and a second point goes in her bag. Alamux now looking for one more win. I don't think I got the clip. If somebody else wants a clip, do make a clip. That was a very hype moment. Yeah, nice drop-offs like that. It's something a lot of people really do not anticipate. And it's a great bait and setup, and you still have your air dash. So you can quickly just, like, set something up, go in, dodge out of the way, and all of a sudden you've got this perfect setup for a perfect play. Gonna run things back into Scrapyard. Jiko sticking with his arms. He's made it work. He's managed to get a few really good trades, but Alamux is just staying like a hair's breadth ahead of him, utilizing this nade and ram combo. Just that explosion constantly pushing him back against the wall and having him lose so much tempo and ground. It is such a difficult arm for him to really contend. That said, if he can take a swing at it while it's charged in and all of Alamox's body, that is some blast damage that he might be able to capitalize on. But easier said than done, as we've seen. He has not had much luck securing that yet. Nice hits with the Hydra, though. While it's not going to just take away any rush because it is capped out, it does lead some damage. Gives him a little bit more breathing room, but not much, as she's able to see a beautiful chance for a grab and is going to safely block this off, only taking some light shield damage. Freeze finally coming in for Chico. He gets that grab, breaks that last pillar. Those things take 5 full hits in order to break down, or if you have a grab go through those pillars, or any other for that matter, that is a guaranteed break. Oh, he thought he was safe, but he was not able to move out of the way far enough. Would have been KO'd though if it was not for the fact that he did have just enough range to stay out of that finishing touch. Alamox is going to grind rush here, just looking for a single hit to take him out. And she's going to be on a match point as a result. Starting things off for this next round, Chico will be holding onto a light rush advantage, but who knows if he's going to be able to properly capitalize on it. Alamox quickly building up another rush. Will likely have it ready in just a few short swings or any good conversion of damage. This round working out so much better for Chico, and he's definitely trying to build up rush as quick as he can. But Alamox has rush ready, and chances are very high if she's not able to turn the tides quickly and immediately, which Eddie Brass is more than capable of doing. As we are clearly seeing right here, chances are she would hold on to it for the next round. But blink of an eye, Brass comeback mode go. She's looking for the kill, chooses to throw out the rush. One can hope that Chico had that all calculated so that he could take her out here and run with rush advantage. He's gonna have to press the button though, trying to keep that dream alive. And Alamox going to be starting off with a pretty solid rush advantage coming through here, especially with how aggressive she is with her attacks. It's only going to be a moment until she has that rush ready and looking to just deepen this lead against Chico. Another 170 damage, second highest, or no, one of the highest amounts. Third only to Misango's red mask. And then Master Mummy's grab, of course, which is a meaty 200. Chico just not able to keep up with this tempo, the sheer aggression. And he's going to get trampled down. Alamox will be advancing to try to get her rematch against Gamer. And with that, we are heading into Grand Finals. Let me look one more time at money. And I should probably do calculations on how money is being doled out. Yeah, it looks like we only got that one donation from Alamox. Big shout out to her. Much love, much thank. For giving these players something to fight for. Chico will be settling in at third place. Which means he will get a little bit of money. The question is, will he let me give it to him? Congratulations, Chico. Clapping noises. Love to see you rats and grands. Oh, well, of course. I mean, if Coil isn't the top character, it's either Kid Cobra or Brass. And it really goes either way depending on who you talk to. I think if Coil's in the meta, Kid Cobra is higher than Brass. But if Coil is not in the meta, then Brass is higher than Kid Cobra. Okay, so let's see. We've got 50, so 41, $40 plus 40. So we got 82.50. The prize pool is 82.50. I'm divorced and now I don't get her money. Chico, no, I can give you the money. God damn it. I'm assuming if I give you the money, you're gonna buy me something, though. Which, you should get the money because you won it and you earned it. That's a really weird feeling. Guys, I never thought about that. I mean, I've thought about that with other relationships where it's like, they'll give each other money and I'm like, but it's basically both of their money. I'm not gonna think about this. I'll give you the money and wait. No, but that means that PayPal gets the money. And PayPal doesn't need the money. I'm gonna focus on this match. We could sort this out next day. Beamer is starting off with a very strong advantage. Very oppressive starts. Tried to lock Alamos down and close this first round off. And he will be able to take the first point with a perfect on that too. Just, she could not find her way in. This stage is just too defensive, too expansive, and it really is just lending Beamer the opportunity to be able to just zone her out. Sees a nice chance though with a couple of good hops. 360, that's a nice no-scope. Alamox just trying to get some kind of Seeky confirm to knock that thing out. Just make sure that it stays down. She's getting a couple of good trades. This round is still in her advantage as she has Beamer locked down. That's going to be a disadvantage thing and not good. That is a very not good, but she's still holding on. She has the health lead. This is going to be a clean rush. She will survive it, but barely. Nice call on the shield. Lands on that and could not get the rush out in time. It is going to be a first point for Beamer.
Springman.
It looks like we're going to be heading to Buster Beach next. Okay, so 82.50 times 49.50. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. And we will come in with the next game, or the next set, as Elamux switches back to the Tri-Blast and Nade combo. Beamer continuing to stick to the Toaster Seeky duo combo, just looking to continue to play a very effective defensive game and zone her out. Quick chain of hits. She's quickly just trying to bring things back, but that Seeky constantly blowing her down. Nice patient play, waiting things out, and it is going to set her to enrage now. She has to be careful of that shock because it could easily lead into this. trying to follow up, but she's going to be able to break her way out. She's on final hit, but this can be one of the stronger places for Brass sometimes. But unfortunately, in this case, it will not be, as Beamer gets one more poke in. Another point set in his favor, looking to claim the second set. Alamox cannot find the ground she is looking for. Nice rush, 280 damage will help her out. Out comes the rush. 300, 430 damage once again. Just, it is such a heavy thing, and when you are not prepared for it, it ruins days. Nice chain of hits. Excellent grab here. She's definitely looking for the rush in this situation. Ends up getting knocked down. Throws out the rush a little too late in this one. And it is a chance for Beamer to be able to close it, but she will get that final hit. One apiece for this score. 24-75. Heading into the next round, Alamox short a rush, Beamer full and ready. That can be half a health bar if Beamer just lands his full rush on, especially if he gets it confirmed. And that is exactly what we get here. Oh, he missed one blast from the Seiki. 390 damage. Alamox now set to enrage. He's trying to set something up. This is her chance again. She has the enrage. She has to be able to take advantage of it, but it's going to get taken away. And Beamer will be holding onto a 2-0 lead with another perfect. This might be it. This might be the final game if Alamox is not able to find her way around the matchup. This might be Beamer walking away with a 3-clean sweep. I'm gonna be honest, like, this matchup is so hard for Brass. I feel like she'd be better off if she had picked a second character here. She still has a chance, and she could make Brass work. But Brass struggles so much with so much Seiki shenanigans that if she has another character she's comfortable enough bringing out, she would need to do that. But that's up to her. She's taking her time. She's thinking it out. There's a lot of options going around. There's a lot of arms she could bring in to try to counter this. There's only one way to figure out what's actually gonna work. And it's to dive in when she's ready. 49.50 goes to first place. Second place will get $24.75, and third place will be walking away with $8.25. Chico, do you want me to send you the $8.25? Or do you want me... Do you want me to do that? I can do that if you want. It feels really weird to ask you that in that way. It looks like she is going to be trying something else. I can keep it. I'll buy something for myself, I guess. You pick something for me to buy and I'll buy it for myself. And we'll call it you buying it for me. Alamox switching over to the Springtron, looking for something different. Just going off of like how much of a hard time she's been dealing with Brass. The smaller body means that she doesn't have to worry about those shock confirms, and it's a little bit easier to dodge. It makes sense. Yeah. But like we're dating. I don't know, exchanging money when we're dating just feels weird to me. I don't understand how to make that work. Nice, minute movement. She's getting a couple of good chips of hits in. Beamer's still holding on to a good 50% lead. Looking to just catch that landing as she leaps right into the toaster. Not able to react in time, as is the traditional online curse. That is one of the big disadvantages to online, is just a lot of small things like that are so reactionary dependent, and if you do not have... if the netcode isn't perfect enough, which it never is, you will get caught off guard by a lot of those kinds of setups. That's one of my biggest problems with online with this game, is my mentality is always that of offline. So like, I can't get the timing down on a lot of things. It's just that I can play such a solid, like, aggressive or like neutral game that it's like, the fact that I can't handle playing online well anymore is just like, it doesn't matter because I can just keep up. But then I feel so much more comfortable offline and I can actually react to stuff. So many arms in this game are so much better online because it's hard to react to them. Like Seiki! We've got the freeze, trying to set up some kind of rush KO, and not gonna be able to get it. Oh, that's why. Beamer wins! And that will be this tournament. Beamer closing out with a 3-0 against Alamox. Congratulations. First place going to Beam Blaster of Team ABC. Second place going to Sophia Alamox. And third place going to the lovely Jico. Jico Days. Big thank you all so much for watching. It was fun. It was definitely very enjoyed. And as a way to thank you all, I'm gonna do a special treat for you. Here. I'm gonna play. As Beamer's reward, he may play against me. It is rare for me to play this game, but I'll do it. Let's do this. No. Oh, you got me. Come here, boy. Oh, that was a terrible decision. That was a better decision. Imagine Maleef playing ARMS. Final boss is the TO. You know it. Oh, how did you miss that Siki? Oh god, I'm shaking. I got shakes. No. No. We'll get the shakes out of me. There! Maleef wins Scrapstar 69. Alright.